Okay, Assalamualaikum. Hari ni kita akan belajar chapter 6, okay, which is reaction kinetics. Okay, in this chapter we have 3 subtopic. Okay, the first one is 6.1 is about reaction rate. Okay, 6.2 is collision theory, and 6.3 is about factors affecting reaction rate. Okay, at the end of the lesson, okay, for part 6.1 reaction rate, okay, you should be able, first one, to define reaction rate. Okay, B, you should be able to write diffusion rate equation, and then you have to define the rate law, order of reaction, and half-life. And then you have to able to write rate law with respect to the order of reaction. And the last one, you have to able to write the integrated rate equation for zero, first and second order reactions. Okay, now let's proceed with first subtopic, okay, which is the reaction rate. Okay, the reaction basically involve the change in concentration. Okay, now let's say we consider a reaction A, okay, A to produce B as a product. Okay, for this reaction, when the reaction is occur, okay, the concentration of A, okay, A is decreased and B will increase with time. So that means as a reaction proceed, we have the reactant decrease and the product is increased. Okay, let's see, we have this one. Okay, this one is the reactant, okay, A, and B is the product. Okay, when the reaction occur, okay, this component A, the concentration of component A will decrease, and the concentration for B will increase with time, yeah. Okay, next is about unit of reaction, yeah. Okay, unit of reaction. Okay, let's say we consider A to produce B, yeah. Okay, A is your reactant, B is your product. Okay, normally the rate for the reactant is negative sign, okay, negative sign, and the rate for the product is always positive sign. Okay, you can see here. Okay, okay, the rate is normally is the concentration, okay, concentration of the reactant or the product over the time. Okay, so this is the explanation about this reaction. Okay, the negative sign indicate the concentration of A decrease, decrease with time, and the positive sign, this one is for product, okay, is always increase with time. Okay, so this one is the unit of the reaction rate, okay, mole per liter second, okay, or mole dm to the power of 3 second. or molar per second. M is molar. Okay, the unit of time can be seconds, minutes, hour, day or year. Okay, example, okay, this one mol over dm to the power of 3 minutes. Okay, so if let's say the unit is mol, okay, mol L S, sorry, 1 S negative 1 is equal to mol L S, or this one mol dm negative 3 S negative 1, okay, is equal to mol, okay, dm 3s. Okay, this one this one, okay, this one is molar. Molar basically is mol per liter. So this one, okay, mol per liter is M over S. Okay, this is the graph. When we plot the graph, concentration versus time. Okay, for the return, the graph, okay, for the return, the graph will be decrease with time. Okay, so the graph will be like this. Okay, when we plot the concentration for the product, okay, versus time, okay, the concentration will be increased with time. Okay, when we combine the graph concentration A versus time with the concentration B versus time, the graph will be like this. Okay, next we learn about differential rate equation. Okay, next part is about the differential rate equation. Okay, differential rate equation is basically the relationships, okay, between the rate, okay, of disappearance of return and formation of product. Okay, now for example, we have now 2A, okay, 2A to produce 1B. Okay, these two indicate, okay, 2 mole of A disappear for each mole of B that form. Okay, this is the meaning of behind of this reaction. Okay, this one is 2 mole of A to produce 1 mole of B. Okay, so the rate of dispersion of A, you can write as the rate is equal to, okay, for this A is the reactor, so that means the sign of your rate is negative. Okay, so we have 1 over 2. Okay, these two come from your stoichiometry of A. Okay, if 3, you can put 3. If this one is 4, you can put over 4. But then however the A is only 2. Okay, Okay, now we proceed with the differential rate equation. Okay, differential rate equation basically is the relationships, okay, between the rate of disappearance of reactants, okay, or formation of product. Okay, let's say we have this kind of reaction 2A. Okay, this one is 2A to produce 1B. Okay, that means 2 mole of A will produce 1 mole of B. Okay, otherwise we can say that the 2 moles of A disappear for each mole of B that form. Okay, so now you have to write the rate, okay, the rate of dissipation of A. Okay, for reactant A. Okay, now we consider the A is your reactant. So your reactant, the rate will be negative signs. Okay, and B, now we consider your product. Okay, so the rate will be positive sign. Okay, this one is for B. Okay, this one is the reactant. Okay, okay, so you can write as, okay, 1 over 2. 2 here come from this 2 for your stoichiometry. Okay, so dA over dt, and for your product is supposedly is 1 over 1. Okay, 1 come from this one. Okay, 1B. Okay, now we consider this reaction. Okay, okay, the small capital A, B, C and D is your stoichiometry. Okay, so let's say we have the component A, okay, A plus with B to produce C and D. Okay, then you can write now we consider which one is the reactant. Okay, the reactant only component A and component B. Okay, and the product is C and D. Okay, so if the reactant A and B, the rate must be in negative signs. So negative, negative. B also reactant, negative. C product, okay, C product will be positive. D is your product, also positive. Okay, now you can write the rate is negative 1. Okay, now the A is your stoichiometry A. Okay, dA over dt is equal to negative 1. Okay, now the small capital B here, okay, come from this one. Okay, okay, same goes to A here. Okay, this one is your A. Okay, your stoichiometry. And then C plus 1 over C, dC over dt is equal to 1 over d dd over dt. Okay, for example, we have this one, okay, hydrogen, okay, hydrogen in gas plus iodine also in gas to produce 2 mole HI. Okay, this one is your reactant and this one is your product. Okay, so we can write as the rate is negative D. Okay, this one is your reactant, first reactant, which is hydrogen H2 over dt is equal to negative D. Okay, this one is concentration. Okay, as concentration iodine. Okay, also reactant over dt. Okay, is equal to 1 over 2. Okay, 2 here comes. Okay, now look example 1. Okay, example 1. Okay, write the rate expression, differential rate equation for the following reaction. Okay, we have reactant CH4. We have oxygen as a reactant too. Okay, then we have two products, okay, which is carbon dioxide and also the H2O. Okay, all in gas. Okay, so you can write, okay, your rate. Okay, rate is equal, okay, for reactant, remember the rate. Now for reactant, the rate is negative sign. Okay, so we have 1/1 D, okay, CH4 dt. Okay, this one you can cancel out, is equal to negative 2, okay, 1/2. Okay, this one 2 come from this one, 2 mole of oxygen. Okay, so D oxygen over dt, okay, is equal to now comes to products. The sign of rate for the product is positive. Okay, we have 1 dc carbon dioxide over dt, and is equal to positive 1, okay, 2, okay, 2 come from this, okay, D H2O dt. Okay, understand? Okay, now we proceed with example 2. Example 2. Okay, example 2. The hydrogen sulfide, this one, 2 mole of hydrogen sulfide react with 3 mole oxygen to produce 2 mole sulfur dioxide and also 2 mole of H2O. Okay, the question is, if sulfur dioxide, okay, this one is being formed at a rate of 0.3, what are the rate of dispersion of hydrogen sulfide and oxygen? Okay, first step, you have to write the rate, okay, the rate equation. Okay, the rate equation for this reaction you can write as you can write as rate is equal to for reactant negative sign, okay, 1/2 here because of we have 2 mole hydrogen sulfide. Okay, so H2S over dt is equal to negative 1, okay, 3, okay, 3 mole oxygen, okay, we have 3 here over 3 CD oxygen over dt is equal to, okay, positive. Okay, rate for product is positive sign, okay, 1/2 because 2 is 2 mole sulfur dioxide. Okay, we have this SO2 over dt, okay, is equal to positive 1 d H2O over dt. Okay, okay, now you can calculate what are the rate of the dispersion of hydrogen sulfide and oxygen. Okay, so from this, okay, we have this kind of rate equation, okay, rate equation. Okay, given this one, okay, so that's mean we have d as 2 per dt is 0.3 0.3 mole liter second. Okay, so negative this one is equal to this one, this one. Okay, so you can write, okay, as this one positive 1/2. Then you can substitute the 0.3 here, then you multiply with 2, then finally you will get it this one. Okay, so the rate of depletion of hydrogen sulfide is this one, or you can write this as this one. Okay, please be informed that mole liter per second, the second one, okay, negative 1 is equal to mole LS. Okay, so this one is your molar, okay, the unit of molarity, M. Okay, so you get M/S. Okay, this is the, okay, and then you have to find this one. Okay, this one, okay, this one basically is equal to this one just now, or you can equal it this one also same. Okay, so you get this one, negative 1/3 this one, then you can substitute this one 0.3. Okay, then you will get this one and this one. So this one for the oxygen, rate displacement for oxygen is 0.45. Okay, next we proceed about rate law. Rate law is difference with the rate equation. Okay, the rate law is involved this one. For example, we have A. Okay, we have A. We have plus with B to produce C and D. So you can write your rate law as rate is equal to K. This one is concentration A to the power of M, concentration B to the power of N. Okay, K is the rate constant, M is the order of reaction with respect to A, N is order of reaction with respect to B, and the overall order reaction is M plus N, sorry. Okay, now we proceed with the rate constant. The rate constant is K. K. Okay, so for this reaction we can write as the rate is equal to K. Okay, concentration A to the power of X, concentration B to the power of Y. Okay, basically proportional constant for a given reaction and temperature. Okay, you can find your K if you know the reaction and temperature. It doesn't not change as reaction proceeds. Okay, exponent of X can be 0, 1, 2, 3, half, 3/4 and etc, and the Y can be 0, 0, 1, 2, 3 and etc. Okay, so it shows how the rate affected by reaction concentration. Okay, the reaction order cannot be predicted from the stoichiometry of the Bayes equation. It must be determined experimentally. Okay, so special the reaction order. This reaction order only can be determined experimentally. Okay, order of reaction is not related to stoichiometric coefficient. Okay, and written in the balanced chemical equation. Okay, for example, okay, this one is rate is K F2 concentration F2 time multiplied with Cl O2 negative. This one is 1 this one is 2. Okay, yang ni tak ada kaitan yang ni tak ada kaitan each other. Okay, dia tak ada kaitan. Okay, next example is about ni for example we have nitrogen oxide. Okay, nitrogen oxide, hydrogen to produce nitrogen and also the H2O. So the rate is this one. Okay, the reaction is second order. Okay, so the conclusion for this red law is the second order with respect to NO. Okay, this one okay, second order. First order with respect to H2. Okay, this one is 1 supposedly, so this one is 1, so consider first order. So overall reaction is third order. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Okay, overall reaction order from the unit of K. Okay, so now generally we can write rate is equal to K concentration A to the power of X. Okay, X. Okay, if we have the overall reaction order 0, the K is this one the K is this one, mole per liter second, or you can write as molar per second. Okay, if your overall reaction order is 1, your K is S 1 over S. Okay, or 1 over S. Okay, if your overall reaction order is 2, your K is L over mole second, or M negative 1 S negative 1. Okay, the K, okay, you can always determine the unit of K mathematically. Okay, what is the unit of K for third order reaction? Okay, if let's say we have the rate, okay, the rate K is equal to A to the power of 3. Okay, this one is third order reaction. Okay, so we know the unit of the rate is M over S. Okay, so K, okay, the unit concentration of A also molar, okay, to the power of 3. Then you can do the arrangement to get the K. Okay, so the K is M negative 2 S negative 1. Okay, also you can write as this one. Okay, so now your K is M negative 2 S negative 1. Okay, you can write as mole per liter negative 2 S negative 1, or you can write L2 mole 2 Okay, now we proceed with example 3. Okay, example 3, you need to give the unit. Okay, to give the unit of the rate constant for reaction with the following orders. Okay, time in second. Okay, for example A, now we look at 3A. Okay, for the first order, okay, the rate is you can write is K multiplied with the concentration A. Okay, the first order is 0, not 0, sorry, 1. Okay, so you can write your rate. Okay, your rate is M over S. Okay, the concentration A is M, then finally you get the K. Okay, for second order, okay, this one okay, this one is the second order. Okay, the rate is K concentration A to the power of 2, so you get M over S here, and then this one, then you can do the arrangement. K is equal to M negative 1 S negative 1. Okay, so how you get this one? Okay, M negative 1 over S negative 1 is equal to mole per liter negative 1 over S, or N mole negative 1 S negative 1. Okay, next 3C is third order. Okay, the third order is 3 here. Okay, you can do as same flow with 3B. Okay, so the rate is M over S, and this one is K. Okay, concentration A is in molar to the power of 3. Then finally you get this one and also this one. Okay, next for 5 over 2 order. Okay, then you replace this one is 5 over 2, then you will get finally this one and also this one. Okay, next for example 4. Okay, for each following reaction, okay, determine the reaction order with respect to each reactant and the overall order from the given rate law. Okay, this one is 2 plus 1 is third order. This one is 3 over 2 order. Okay, this one is 1, 1. So overall reaction order is 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. This one is 3. Sorry. Okay, so second order in nitrogen oxide, first order in oxygen, so overall is third order. Okay, this one is 3 over 2 order in CH3CHO, so overall order is 3 over 2. This one is first order in H2O2, first order in I negative, zero order in H plus, so overall is second order. Okay, next we proceed half-life. Half-life, okay, we can write as T half. Okay, so what is about the half-life? Okay, half-life is the time required for the concentration of a reactant to decrease to half of its initial concentration. Okay, for example, this one. Okay, for example, consider this figure. Okay, the initial concentration of it is about 100 kilogram. Okay, then reduced to about half, okay, 15 kilogram, and then reduce about 25. This is about the half-life. How we are going to calculate the half-life later. Okay, for zero order. Okay, for zero order, basically the rate is not dependent on the concentration. Okay, so for example, for zero order, we have rate is equal to K concentration to the power of 0. So that's mean we have rate is equal to K because the concentration A to the power of 0 is equal to 1. So 1 multiplied with K is K. So that means zero order in A, zero order overall. Okay, this reaction quite common in metal catalyst or biochemical process. Okay, now we look about the integrated rate law. Okay, so the relationship between the concentration of the reactant and times. Okay, so for zero order reaction, if the reaction is A, then to produce any product, okay, so the rate is K, and we can write as the rate is negative. Negative is for reactant d concentration A over dt. Then we combine. Okay, this one is equation 1, this one is equation 2. Okay, we combine this equation 1 and equation 2 to get third equation. Okay, then we have to integrate. Okay, basically we have to integrate this one and also this one. Okay, and you can get the integrated rate equation is A concentration, the initial concentration minus with the concentration at particular time is equal to KT, or you can write at this. Okay, okay, for zero order, okay, the rate is equal to K. Okay, for zero order there is no concentration. This one is concentration. Okay, when you plot the rate versus concentration A, okay, your graph will be like this. It's constant. Okay, then for the integrated rate law, okay, we can plot either two type of graph. Okay, the first one is concentration A at particular T is equal to the initial concentration minus with KT. Okay, this one is basically is your Mx. Okay, this one is your C. This one is your C. This one is your Y. Okay, Y. And another way is you can write as the initial concentration A minus with the concentration at particular time is equal to KT. This one is basically is your Y. This is your M X plus 0. 0 is your C. Okay, from integrated law, okay, this one Okay, this one. Okay, let's say we define your t is t half when the at is equal to n naught over 2. Okay, then you can substitute the at here and also t here. Okay, so you will get this equation. Okay, concentration A dot over 2 minus with this one, the initial concentration A minus with negative KT half. Okay, then you will get this one, then finally you get your T half life for zero order reaction. So T half directly proportional to the initial concentration of A. Okay, then after you plot the graph, okay, let's say n naught over t. Okay, this one is your t, t. So this one is your t half. Okay, t half. Then this one is your negative half and initial concentration of A. Okay, this one another half. Okay, you will get this one. Okay, this one basically is concentration. Okay, and not you divide 2 and then you have to divide another 2. Okay, so that's mean we have 1 over 4 and not. Okay, next we proceed with the first order. Okay, first order, the rate is directly proportional to the concentration of a reactant. Okay, for zero order we have no concentration, but the first order we have the concentration. This one, we consider the first order 1. Okay, if A double, the rate is double. So how you are going to know this one? When we double the A, okay, the rate also will be double. Okay, this one. Now your A, okay, this one is equation number 1. Okay, when the A is 2A, okay, this one is number 2. So then this one is, you substitute 2 in 1. Okay, you will get this one. Okay, then finally you get this one. Rate is equal to 2 Ka. So if you double the concentration of A, so that means the rate also will be double. Okay, for the rate is equal to K concentration A, first order in A, first order overall. So for example, the reaction is radioactive reaction. Okay, if the reaction A to produce product is a first order reaction, therefore we have this one. Okay, the rate is equal to K over A, and this one is rate displacement for A is reactant, so negative. Okay, negative D concentration A over dt. Okay, this one equation 2. Then you combine both equation 1 and 2 to get third equation. Okay, from third equation you can integrate this one and this one. Okay, finally you can get this one in ln. Okay, this one is equation 4. Or you can write like this or this one. Okay, for first order, when you plot the concentration versus time, you will get like this. For rate law of first order, okay, this one. Okay, you also can plot the rate versus concentration A. You will get this one. Okay, by using the integrated rate law for first order, okay, this one when we plot ln initial concentration for A over concentration A at particular time is equal to KT. Basically, this one is ln A naught minus with ln AT is equal to KT. Okay, so this one is your MX, this one is your Y. Okay, another choice is you can plot ln concentration A at particular time is equal to ln initial concentration A minus with KT. Okay, this one is your MX, this one is your C, this one is your Y. Okay, now for first order reaction half-life, okay, let's say we have this one. Okay, T half is equal to T and AT is A naught over 2. Okay, basically is this one is equation 1, this one is equation 2. Okay, this one is equation 3. Okay, you can substitute equation 1 and 2 in 3, you will get this one, and finally you have this one. So as a conclusion, for first order, T half does not depend on initial concentration A. Okay, so you only get the ln 2 over K. Okay, this one after you plot the A, okay, concentration A versus time. Okay, this one is T half 1. Okay, you get half A naught. Same goes at this one. Okay, you will get 1 over 4. Okay, for first order reaction, first half life is equal to second half life. Okay, thus this one is the same. Okay, this one is the rate for the second order K. Okay, A to the power of 2. Okay, if we double the A, okay, this one is equation 1. Okay, this one is equation 2. Okay, 2 in 1. Okay, you will get this. The rate is equal to K to A to the power of 2. So you have this one 4 K to the power concentration A to the power of 2. So the rate will be quadruples. Okay, 4 or 4. Okay, this second order in A and second order overall. Okay, this one. Okay, if the reaction A to produce product is a second order, therefore the integrated rate law for second order reaction will be like this. Okay, for the half-life, okay, this one, let's say this one is equation 1, this one is equation 2, this one is equation 3. Now you substitute 2 and 3 in 1 to get this T half. Then your T half is inversely proportional to the concentration, initial concentration A. As reaction proceed, okay, your T half increase. Okay, when we plot the second order reaction, okay, this one and this one, okay, your T half will be half and not T half 2, okay, this one. Your second order reaction will be this one, so T half 2 is equal to 2 T half 1. Okay, this one is the graph analysis for the second order. Okay, when we plot the rate versus A will be like this. Okay, the rate to the concentration to the power of 2 will be like this. Okay, this one is the for second order. Okay, for the integrated, okay, this one is your mx. Okay, mx. Okay, 1 over concentration, initial concentration A and not is y. Okay, this one is y. And yeah, not y, c, sorry, c. Okay, this one is your y. Okay, so y is basically is 1 over A, concentration A at particular time. Okay, kt is mx and your c is 1 over initial concentration of A. Okay, so you will get like this. Okay, same goes with this one. Okay, this one is your mx. Okay, this equation 1 over concentration A at particular time minus with 1 over concentration A, initial concentration A is your y. Okay, plus 0. This one is your C. Okay, now looks at example 5. We have A to produce the product. Okay, a reaction start with initial concentration of reactant of 1 molar. So A naught is equal to 1 molar and has a rate constant of 1.65 times 10 to the power of negative 5 molar as negative 1. So your K is this one. Okay, this one is your K. What is the concentration of the reactant after 10 minutes? Okay, 10 minutes in second is first of all we have to convert the minutes in second, because we have the k is in second here, so your t will be 6,000 second. Okay, no, t is 6,000 second. Okay, you can use the equation AT is equal to A naught minus KT. Okay, then you can find the AT. Okay, the A naught is 1 molar. Okay, your K is this one, and T is 6,000. Then finally you can get the concentration A at particular time. P is 0.901 molar. Okay, this is the detail for the answer, final answer for example 5. Okay, this one. Okay, settle for example 5. Okay, now we look at example 6. Okay, A to produce product. Okay, determine the half-life of substance A if the rate constant is 0.00624 molar per second and its original concentration is 1.2. So from this equation, the A naught is 1.2. Okay, the rate constant is K. Okay, K is 0.00624 molar second negative 1. Okay, then you can find out your T half. Okay, T half is A naught over 2K. Okay, then your final answer is 96.15 second. Okay, this is the final answer for example 5. Example 6. Okay, now we look example 7. Okay, example 7. N205. Okay, 2 mole and 205. Okay, will produce 2 mole and 204 plus 1 mole oxygen. Okay, at 45 degrees Celsius, your K is this one. K is 0.22 times 10 to the power negative 4 as negative 1. If the initial concentration of N205 in a carbon solution is 0.5, okay, initial concentration, what will the concentration be after exactly 1 hour? Okay, based on the K here, K here, the unit of K here. Okay, this reaction is first order. Okay, the reaction is first order. So ln, you can use the equation A naught over concentration A at time t is equal to KT. Okay, in this example, okay, the A naught is 0.5. Okay, your K is this one. Okay, your K is this one, and your T is 1 hour. Okay, please convert to second, so will be 3600 second. Then you can calculate the concentration N205 T is equal to what? Okay, then you can calculate. Okay, calculate, and final answer is this one. So N205 at particular time T is equal to 0.0533 molar. Okay, now we look example A. Okay, example A. Okay, the reaction 2A to produce B is first order in A with a rate constant of 2.8 times 10 to the power negative 2 S negative 1 at 3 degrees Celsius. How long? Okay, how long will take for A to decrease from 0.88 molar to 0.14 molar? Okay, from this example given given A naught is equal to 0.88 molar. Okay, A is 0.14 molar, and your K is 2.8 times 10 to the power negative 2 S negative 1. Okay, for first order reaction, you can use this equation. Okay, T is equal to ln over ln AT okay, this one is KT, sorry. Then you can find out your T. Okay, your T is around 66 seconds. Okay, settle for example 8. Now we proceed with example 9. Okay, what is the half-life time in minute for N205 if it decomposes with a rate constant of 5.7 times 10 to the power negative 4 S negative 1? Okay, now the unit of k is only s negative 1, so that's mean this is the first order reaction. Okay, first order reaction. So the half time T1 half is equal to ln 2 over k. Okay, so the k is 5.7. Ln 2 over k, you will get okay, now we proceed example 10. Okay, example 10 basically involve iodine atom. Okay, iodine atom plus with iodine atom to produce I2. Okay, the rate constant of the reaction is 7, okay, times 10 to the power of 9 m negative 1 s negative 1 at 23 degrees Celsius. Okay, from the rate constant, okay, from the unit of rate constant, okay, m negative 1 s negative 1, okay, this one. So basically this reaction is second order. Okay, second order reaction. Okay, if the initial reaction of I was 0.086 molar, calculate the concentration after 2 minutes. Okay, so this can be done by using okay, this equation. Okay, this equation. So we have the k, okay, and the t is 2 minutes. Okay, you have to convert it in second, will be 120 second. Given also initial iodine concentration is 0.086, then what is the value of the iodine at particular time 120 second? So you can use this equation, okay, this equation for second order reaction. Okay, you substitute all the value in this equation, and finally you can find out the iodine concentration at particular time. T is around 1.190 times 10 to the power of negative 12 molar. Now we proceed example 11. Okay, example 11. Okay, now we proceed example 11. Okay, example 11 basically involve the reaction 2A to produce 1B. The rate constant is 51 m negative 1 minute negative 1 at 24 degrees Celsius. Okay, for part A, starting with A. Okay, A here is the A naught 0.0092 molar. How long will it take for A to be 3.7 times 10 to the power of negative 3 molar? And also you have to calculate the half lifetime of the reaction. So for this example, from the unit of the rate constant here, m negative 1 and minute negative 1, okay, that's mean the reaction is the second order. Okay, second order. Okay, second order. So for this example, you can use this equation 1 over A T, okay, is equal to 1 over A naught, okay, for second order reaction plus with KT. Okay, so you have the value of K. Okay, you also have the value of A naught, okay, and also the value of AT. Then only you can find out your T. Okay, T is what is the value for T? Okay, T will be in minute because your K in unit in minute. Okay, so your T is around 3. Okay, 3.168 minute. Okay, so settle for part A. So come to part B. Calculate the half-life of the reaction. Okay, for the half-life of the reaction for second order, you can use T half is equal to 1 over A dot K. Then you will get your T half, okay, is equal to 2.131 minute. Okay, this one is the final answer for example 11, part A, T, and part B, T half. Okay, now for the last part for this subtopic 6.1 reaction rate is about how you are going to determine order of the reaction. Okay, basically we have three methods to determine order of reaction. First one is by using the initial rate method. Secondly is linear graph method, and the last one is half-life method. Okay, for initial rate method, okay, basically we have to use concentration measurement to find the initial rate. Okay, we have to find the initial rate. And second one, we have to use the initial rate from several experiments to find the reaction order. And the last one, we have to use this value to calculate the rate constant. Okay, for example, we have example 12 here. Okay, so you have to determine the rate law and calculate the rate constant, okay, which is K. Okay, this one is the rate. Okay, for the following reaction from the following data. Okay, this one is F2 react with 2 mole ClO2 to produce 2 mole FClO2. Okay, we have several experiment here. Okay, experiment 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we have also the concentration F2, okay, for experiment 1, and concentration of Cl02 and initial rate. Okay, initial rate given at for every experiment. Okay, firstly you have to find out this one, rate. Okay, you can from this section, okay, you can find out the you have to write this rate. Rate is kf2 to the power of x, cl0 to the power of y. So now you have to find out x and also the y. Okay, find order in f2 with cl0 to constant. Okay, why we are using cl0 to constant? Because we want to cancel out the constant value. Okay, for example, we choose, okay, rate 3, okay, rate 3 over rate 1. Okay, this one, rate 3 over rate 1. Okay, you can write down the rate, okay, k f2 x cl0 to y over k f2 x cl0 to y. Okay, then you from the table you can put the value in this, okay, in this direction, in this direction. Okay, so you can cancel out your k here, and also the consideration of cl02, okay, 0.01 you can cancel out. This one also you can cancel out. Okay, then you will get the x. Okay, x is equal to 1. So that's mean first order in f2. Then you repeat the same one to find out the order of cl02 with f2 constant. Okay, now we consider rate 2 over rate 1. Okay, k f2x, okay, this one, and y over k f2x cl2y. Okay, then you can cancel out this one, okay, cancel out this one, then you will get your y is equal to 1. Okay, first order in cl02. Okay, so now your x is 1, y is equal to 1, so your rate will be k multiply concentration f2 multiplied with concentration cl02. Okay, you can use any experiment or data. Okay, for example, experiment 1 to find out the k value. So you can use this one. Okay, then finally you can get the final answer of k. Okay, k is 1.2, molar negative 1, s is negative 1. Okay, example 30 is same with example 12. Okay, you can read by you. Okay, next we also can determine the direction order by using linear graph method. Okay, direction order also can be determined by the integrated rate law. So how? Okay, for this part you have to plot the graph. Okay, look for the linear graph. Okay, which graph, which one, I don't know, just try and error. So for example, okay, for zero order, okay, the rate is equal to k, so the rate law is this one, and the half-life t is half is equal to a naught over 2k. For first order, the rate is k multiplied with concentration a. Okay, the rate law you can use this equation, and t half is ln 2 over k. Okay, for order 2, the rate is k multiply a to the power of 2, Okay, the rate law, you can use this equation, and the half-life is T half is equal to 1 over K multiplied V concentration A naught. Okay, this one okay, for when you plot the ln AT versus time, then you get the linear graph like this. So that means the direction is first order. But when you plot the 1 versus AT versus time, then you get the linear graph like this. So that means your direction is second order. And the last one, when you plot the AT versus time, then you get the linear graph like this. So that means your direction is zero order. This one, the example of fraction in first order in N205. Okay, so we have three types of graph here, A, B, and C. Okay. Okay, now we proceed example 14. Okay, ethyl iodide, okay, will decompose at certain temperature in the gas phase as follow. Okay, C2H5I to produce C2H4 and HI. Okay, from the following data, determine the order of the reaction and the rate constant. Okay, this one is reaction order and also the K. Okay, from the data, you have to find out all the time for the ln C2H5I and 1 over C2H5I. Okay, so this one you can use the calculator to get it or to get it the value. Okay, first you have to plot ln C2H5I versus time. Then you will get the linear graph obtained. So that means this is the first order reaction. But if you plot the 1 over 2 concentration C2H5I versus time, if a linear graph obtained, so that means the reaction is second order. If you plot the C2H5I versus time, if a linear graph obtained, so that means zero order reaction occur. So the reaction is first order. Okay, first order. Okay, the K is your negative slope here. Okay, so you can find out the K. Okay, the slope is negative K. So how you are going to get the K? By using the Y is equal to mx plus C. Okay, the slope is K. Okay, the slope is M here. Now we proceed example 15 that involve half-life method. Okay, for this example, we consider the same data as previous example, example 15. Okay, from this table we can see that the concentration C2H5I dot is equal to 1 molar. Okay, for the half-life method, okay, firstly you have to plot A versus time. Then you have to determine the first half-life and the second half-life from the graph. The third one, you have to determine the order of the reaction, and lastly you can determine the rate constant K. Okay, the first thing that you have to do is you have to plot graph C2H5 against time. Okay, the blue color one. Okay, this one is step number 1. You have to plot the graph. Okay, this one is your C concentration A0. Okay, A0 is equal to 1. So the first half T half is A0 you divide with 2, so you will get the A is 0.5, then until at the blue line, then go straight, then you will get the first T half is 70. Okay, the second T half will be A0. Okay, the A0 you divide with 4, so that's mean is 0.25. okay, so from the graph we can see here 0.25 until the blue color, then you will get the second T half is 140 minute. Okay, so that's mean direction is first order. Okay, because we have the first T half is equal to the second T half, which is 70 minutes. So the direction order is first order direction. Okay, then you have to find out the half-life. Okay, half-life is 70 minutes. So by using this equation, okay, for the first order, you can find out your K. Okay, basically your K is the ln 2 divide with T half. Okay, the T half for this reaction is 17 minutes. Okay, so you have to divide with 17 minutes. And finally you will get the value of K is 9.9 times 10 to the power of 3 minute negative 1. Okay, this is ini adalah ringkasan untuk zero order, first order and second order. You can see this slide for the short one, and that's all for 6.1 reaction rate. Okay, thank you.